Welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast with your hosts, Tony Caselnova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com and Parkhopper John from WDWParkhoppers.com. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast at all times. And get ready for the Disney Parks Podcast.
Have you ever come to Orlando and you're the person that has to make all the dining plans, all the fast passes, get all the tickets? Well, we have a service that can help you do this. This is the best service. They are themeparkconcierge.com. You can call them up at 407-257-9973. Tell them your plans. They'll send you a little profile, get some information about you and your traveling party and what you want to do, what you don't want to do. And then they can set up a custom plan for you. And they'll take you around the parks. They'll make the dining plans. They'll get the fast passes. They'll take you to Walt Disney World. They'll take you to Universal. They'll take you to Busch Gardens, to SeaWorld, to Legoland, to all of those places. And they will do all of the work for you. Contact them at themeparkconcierge.com. Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/Ramon VIP Concierge, or email them at ramon@themeparkconcierge.com. I am telling you, you will not be disappointed. And if you tell them the Disney Parks Podcast sent you, you'll get 10% off your order.
We have something that we want to let everybody know about. We try really, really hard to do a live show, but independent of the live content, we put a lot of content just available for our Patreons over at patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast. And we do exclusive ad-free shows. Like every show we put up does not have ads on it. We have exclusive video content. We got a lot of new offers and some really cool things that are only available for people who are our patrons. And if you want to know how to become a patron and be like some of these awesome people, go visit patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast. And you can be cool like our friend David M., Willie, Jeremy, Katie, Eva, Grant, Ernie, David R., and Ross.
And also Haley just gave us a one-time donation.
I forgot. Yeah, I'm Haley on the list, so I apologize, Haley. So you can come check us out there, and that would be really cool. And that's about it. So what'd you do this weekend that was Disney? Anything fun?
I ate at Kona, and I can tell you there are only 2 things on the menu that are the same.
Really?
There is a new executive chef at the Polynesian.
Wow.
In charge of all 3 restaurants, and apparently he is changing things up. Oh, Hana lovers, hold on. I think it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Are the sticky wings still on the menu?
On the Kona menu?
Yeah.
No. Pot stickers and let me tell you, most of the sushi stayed the same. There's not a lot of changes there.
Right.
A couple additional items. Pot stickers is the only appetizer, and the stir-fry bowl.
Wow.
Everything else is completely different and new.
Wow. So the coffee rubbed steak is gone?
Gone.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Now, I heard that there were some changes to the Ohana desserts, but I heard then they went back because there were too many complaints. And I'm afraid to go to I haven't been to Captain Cook's, but I will be there next Wednesday, so I'll let you know the week after that.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So I did that, and then Art Smith, went over to Art Smith, and I bumped into Samantha, who used to come to a lot of our meetups, and I haven't seen her in a long time.
Right.
She owned a candle company.
Yeah.
Walter and Rosie, and she sold that. And she's a bartender at Art Smith's now, so if you want to go see Samantha, she's there. Art made some changes to his menu, too. So,
really?
Yeah, he's been changing things up, too.
That's great.
I can't remember what they all were over there. But there are some changes.
That's okay. Yeah. That's good because, when you, like for locals, I mean, we come here so much. I mean, the menus kind of do get old.
Yeah.
And the Kona menu did need a little bit of a shake-up. So
I don't know. I kind of liked. Well, I had something I went to every time. You know, it was like I'm going to Kona. I get the blah blah blah.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And now it's not there.
Well.
And now I was fighting with the menu on what I was going to have.
Well.
Yeah. They have a burger on there, but I had to tell them to take half the things off. I'm like, well, I don't want pickled onions or,
right.
I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff on there. I was like, I take all that off. Just give me the burger and
yeah. Oh well.
Some ketchup, please.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We'll see. I haven't been there in a while. It'd probably be a good idea to go and check that out. Anything else?
I think that's it. Disney was
nice.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything this week in Disney.
Oh, wait.
No, but wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Friday kind of went drinking around Disney Springs.
Oh, yeah.
With our friends Kate and Chad.
Nice.
We started at Paddlefish, so we had some appetizers up there and some drinks. The same, since it's just opened. No reason to change things yet.
Right.
We ate up on the upper third tier.
Nice.
Outside. It was, nice enough that we weren't too hot.
Nice.
We went over then to Jacques Lindsay's
Hangar Bar.
And they now have tables out front. So besides having stuff on the side and inside, they now have tables out front. And there's a server. So you can sit out front, people watch.
And get watched.
And get watched.
Right.
The only weird thing is that they serve you everything in a plastic cup.
Yes, because you're outside of the confines
because you're
of the
outside,
restaurant.
right. And they don't want you throwing the glass at other people.
Hey, quick question. One of our listeners in the chat room asked, and I know that it's going to be hard to answer this question because you were there for dinner. Is Tonga toast still on the menu?
I think it is. I don't think they took that off the breakfast.
They probably didn't change the breakfast menu that much.
No.
But you were there for dinner, so
yeah, I was there for dinner.
Probably couldn't tell.
I don't know, but I don't think they took the Tonga toast. That would be criminal.
That would be travesty.
Yeah.
That I would just not go to Disney anymore if they took. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then from Jacques, we went over to Marimoto. Like I said, it was like a little mini bar crawl on Friday.
Wow. Were you eating in every place or just drinking?
Eating and drinking, yeah. Wow. Yeah. We didn't leave there like midnight, maybe later.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
And what did I have? Oh, I had some dim sum. Oh, God, I had something else. I don't know. I had something else in Marimoto's. Wow. I had the two things I normally have. Get there, and I can't think of it.
I mean, and I don't mean this in a mean way. You are kind of a creature of habit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah. I did try a new drink, though, which wasn't bad. It was a Ichigon ginger strawberry something drink. It was very good, very tasty.
Nice.
Yeah. But, Disney's very conservative in their alcohol pour. That's the only nice way I can put that.
They're conservative in their alcohol pour, and they're liberal in how much they charge you for the alcohol pour that they give you.
Yeah. So I think it could have used a splash more alcohol.
Right.
To take the edge off the fruit.
Right.
But it was good. It was a good drink.
Cool.
Still good drink.
About the only thing Disney, it was a busy weekend for me. I was doing a couple different things that were big ticket items for me. About the only thing Disney, I had a buddy of mine at this thing I'm consulting at this church. So Sundays I'm usually there hanging out doing that stuff. And one of the guys there apparently is a big Disney fan. So shout out to Matt if you're either watching the show or listening. He wanted a copy of the bucket list, and so I got him a copy of that. And we talked about just making plans to get his family and or his wife. I don't know. I couldn't tell if it was just going to be all couples or, his people and some friends of his people.
Your people and
my people. We were all going to plan a trip to Disney. With his expectation is that we were going to I'm going to uncover parts of the Magic Kingdom that he's never seen, ever heard of before. And I'm a little nervous about that because he's like, I know this place like the back of my hand. I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm going to show you. It's going to be any different. But that was pretty much it. That was cool. It's always good making new Disney friends.
Park, you can't show them things they haven't seen?
I could show them what I mean, if he knows the place like the back of his hand, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to be able to show you.
I could always throw a couple things at people that say that to me.
I'm going to have to bone up on my Magic
Want me to come
Kingdom
help you?
history. Maybe. I might get you to come out and help me. So that's about it. So anything else?
That's it.
All right. I guess there's news. There's nothing else we could do but get into the news. Yay!
And now, Disney Parks Podcast News.
For the first time in forever.
For the first time in forever. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Well, the Shanghai Disney Resort Hotel, the Shanghai Disney Resort is hosting a spectacular first anniversary celebration. I guess they would. This happened on June 16th. The Walt Disney Company celebrated the first anniversary of the Shanghai Disney Resort, an authentically Disney, distinctively Chinese destination. That's their tagline.
Yes,
that has proved to become enormously popular with guests from China and all around the world, welcoming more than 11 million guests in the first year of operation. The resort marked the completion of an incredible inaugural year for a special celebration at Enchanted Storybook Castle, Shanghai Disneyland centerpiece, and the setting for the unforgettable grand opening ceremony that took place 1 year ago. Guests from across China attended the event, which featured floating lanterns representing good fortune for the past, present, and future, hovering above Shanghai Disneyland. A montage of photos and videos highlighting events of the year's first year were projected on the facade of the Enchanted Storybook Castle, as well as videos and images that were submitted by guests to share magical memories from their visit to the resort. The world-class vacation destination, which includes the most technologically advanced theme park to date, 2 themed hotels, the Disneytown Shopping and Dining District, and Wishing Star Park recreational area, has exceeded the Walt Disney Company's expectations across the board, from theme park attendance to guest satisfaction. Shanghai Disneyland's innovative attractions and entertainment has been recognized by top theme park industry organizations such as the Themed Entertainment Association, International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions, IAPA, Visual Effects Society, and China Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions. The resort has already announced its first post-opening expansion, a new immersive land themed to the Toy Story franchise, set to open incredibly in 2018.
Nice.
So let me ask a question. I was talking about this with Parkhopper Sid the other day.
Oh boy.
Are they still having the problem with people defecating all over the place? I thought they cleared that up. I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, that was just because I don't think security was there yet. It was a pre-opening issue.
Right.
People were coming to the Disney downtown Disney area. I think they call it.
No, it was during the soft opening. Sorry, soft opening. No, it was during the soft opening phase. Yeah. People were still peeing and pooping in the.
Yeah, I don't think they have that problem anymore.
I'm glad they curtailed that.
Yeah, I think. I think that's done.
Huh. That's interesting. But yeah, it's an amazing theme park. The videos. It's probably gonna be the closest I get to for a long time to go there, but. Right. Congratulations. I mean, 11 million people is not anything to laugh at.
Yeah. And, I'd mentioned that when I had that luncheon with Morty. Morty was saying that they may exceed Disneyland quicker.
Yeah, you mentioned that the other day.
Than Disneyland can exceed Disneyland.
That's incredible. It's totally incredible.
I mean, Disneyland's been open for 60 years. If they can beat Disneyland numbers in less time, that's just crazy, you know. So... All right, let's go on. Let me scroll to the piece I have to talk about. There are a lot of things happening at Disneyland coming up. And they got a lot of things coming up very soon for the summer. So guests visiting the Disneyland Resort this summer will experience new magic at both theme parks. As classic attractions reopen at Disneyland Park in July and the Summer of Heroes festivities continue through September.
Wow.
Things we don't get.
Of course not.
Through September 10th at the Disneyland California Adventure Park, home of the thrilling and hilarious new attraction, Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. I hear it is good.
Yeah.
I hear it's really,
really good.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you not seen any of the video for it?
I have been trying not to watch it. I should probably watch it because we're not going to get the same thing, and I should probably just watch it.
And when you say we're not going to get the same thing, you mean we're not going to get the same attraction.
Right.
We're not going to get an overlay.
Yeah, we're not getting an overlay.
We're keeping our Hollywood Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting a whole new building
Attraction.
and a
Yeah.
whole new thing. Joe Rody will have to think up new stuff. Monday, July 17th, marks the anniversary of the 1955 grand opening of Disneyland and the premiere of the newly enhanced Phantasmic, the popular nighttime spectacular. Beginning on July 29th, the Disneyland Railroad will once again take guests on a grand circle tour of Walt Disney's original Magic Kingdom.
Nice.
Classic Rivers of America attractions, the Mark Twain Riverboat, the sailing ship Columbia, and the Davy Crockett Explorer canoes will relaunch on July 29th, as well as bring new adventures and breathtaking new views. The Pirate's Lair on Tom Sawyer's Island reopens on Friday, June 16th.
Nice. It's already open then.
Yeah. Phantasmic, which tells the story of Mickey Mouse and his vivid imagination, returns to the River of America in Frontierland with classic theme songs and engaging storyline guests have treasured for 25 years. I can't believe that show is that old. It feels like it just started a couple of years ago.
I know, right? It's crazy.
I don't know where time goes. Mickey's Exploration now features new scenes with characters from Aladdin, Tangled, The Lion King, The Pirates of the Caribbean, all in the Fantastic Jump.
That's awesome.
One dazzling sequence finds Aladdin and Jasmine discovering a whole new world as they float on their flying carpet over a bed of fog on the rivers of America. And I think it's actually them floating on a bed over the rivers of America.
That's awesome.
So that'll be cool. Now, the Disneyland Railroad, the one of the park's original attraction, returns with its iconic steam-powered locomotives for the new adventures. The Disneyland Railroad will now travel across the rocks on a trestle that extends out into the rivers of America. And for the first time in forever, it will make a left-hand turn on its tour of the park.
Wow.
Because it's always gone, that way.
What are the conductors going to do?
I don't know. Can it go this way?
I feel like I'm a NASCAR.
Yeah. Along the way, guests will enjoy a view of Walt Disney's legendary dioramas of the Grand Canyon and Primeval World, which have been carefully restored to their original splendor with a bit of new magic added to them.
That's
Probably
awesome.
LED lights or something, or they'll glow in the dark.
Yeah.
In addition...
No, it'll be heart-pounding techno.
Yeah. In addition to the returning classics in Frontierland and New Orleans Square, the beloved Main Street Electrical Parade continues. Nightly performances in Disneyland through August 20th, featuring such favorite scenes as Cinderella's Ball, and the appearance and disappearance of Elliot, the smoking, breathing dragon, tail wagging Pete's dragon, and the glitter to honor America.
All the countries of the world.
Yeah.
But mostly America.
But mostly America.
Yeah.
Coming soon on a t-shirt to you.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
So yeah, they're getting a lot of stuff that's going to happen this summer for them. So I
Sounds
think
like-
all the locals and AP holders will be, clamoring over stuff that they want to see.
Yeah, it's definitely a step in the right direction for Disneyland and Disneyland fans. And
Yeah.
there's a lot going on over there, which is amazing. It's such a teeny tiny little park. They've crammed so much stuff out there, and it's funny because it seems like out here there's not a lot going on.
I think, they've shoehorned a lot of what we have in our Magic Kingdom to like a smaller container.
Yeah.
Everything is so tightly integrated there. A gift shop into a restaurant, into attraction, into another, food nook or whatever. It's all tightly integrated over there.
It's the Transformers of the Disney entertainment world.
Yeah.
More than meets the eye.
We can transform this into a Dole Whip or into a tiki room.
Oh, look. It's a pterodactyl or a hat or a brooch.
Yeah, exactly. exactly.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
really good stuff.
Yeah.
In some news that will certainly make fans of the old Paradise Island and what was that attraction? That was
Pleasure
there?
Island.
Pleasure Island. What'd I say?
Paradise Island, yeah. Pleasure
Sorry,
Island.
Pleasure Island and the Adventures Club. Very happy.
Right.
Congaloosh and other classic Pleasure Island beverages will be returning to Dockside Margaritas for Throwback Thursday. Which sounds fun.
Yeah.
Beginning on the 29th of June, you'll be able to get your old Pleasure Island favorites, including the Congaloosh at Dockside Margaritas at Disney Springs as part of a special hashtag Throwback Thursday promotion. Every Thursday from June 29th through September 28th, the special Pleasure Island drinks will be priced at $9, including tax. Best price on the planet.
$9?
Yeah.
That's true. Most drinks now are 15 and 16.
$12, yeah. There will also be Pleasure Island non-alcoholic drinks available. Emerald Strawberry Colada from the Adventurers Club will be priced at $5 on Thursdays. In addition to the Congaloosh, you'll also be able to reminisce over the bell-bottom Techno and Thriller from 8 Tracks, Hoopla from Mannequins, Armadillo Punch from Neo Armadillo. So there's an Armadillo and a Neo Armadillo?
I think,
Oh, the Armadillo Punch from Neo Armadillo.
Yeah.
Shark Bite from Rock and Roll Beach Club, Punchline from the Comedy Warehouse, and Pleasure Punch and Funmeister, which were available throughout Pleasure Island. Some of the drinks will rotate on a weekly basis, but the Congaloosh will be available every week. The drinks should be available on days other than Thursdays, but not at the special $9 and $5 pricing.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Thursday's a good day to go get toe up from the flow up at Disney Springs. That should be their tagline.
I wonder why they picked the Margaritaville.
No, the Margarita dock.
Yeah, I wonder why they picked that place to do that.
That's the most logical place. I mean,
I guess
they can't,
They should have taken like one of the kiosks and kind of outfitted like or brought the train back and served them out of the train.
Or the places that are currently in the locations where the
yes, like like the mannequin drink at Morimoto. Yeah,
that'd flip everybody out.
Yeah, or even done up one of the food trucks as a beverage cart.
Well, that's the thing that's so crazy.
In a truck and
they don't have any of the kiosks that they're using for Epcot. Pull a couple of the kiosks over and have them, put underneath those faux train styles. So,
what is one of the fun things about a food truck? You walk up to the window, you talk to somebody, lean out the window. Hey, what can I get you? And you say, yeah, I want the lobster roll. And then you step aside, and then 3 minutes later, number 62, come get your lobster roll. No. At Disney, they've completely ruined that experience. You order from, when you walk in, there's now a person that will take your order.
Really?
It gets then sent to the truck, and then you wait there, and then you pick it up. That ruins the whole food truck experience.
I guess.
I
guess they're trying to be convenient.
Different?
Yeah, convenient, different.
All right.
Whatever.
All right, let's go on to our meetup.
Yep.
Let's start with...
next week.
This week, Saturday.
Oh, yeah, this week.
Saturday at 3 p.m., meet us at the Carolwood Pacific Room, where we will host the legendary, famous Disney historian, Mr. Jim Korkis. He's written more books about Disney than I can ever think about. I think he writes one a month.
He's a busy guy.
Just because he can.
He's got a quota.
Yeah. I think he does.
Whoever his publisher is, cracking that whip.
Yeah. Well, I know who his publisher is.
Right. Author boy.
So meet us in the Carolwood Pacific Room, which is in the Wilderness Lodge DVC building. In the lobby, walk into the lobby, and just off to the right-hand side, you'll see a big metal plaque on the wall that says Carolwood Pacific Room. We will be there.
Nice.
And we will be there this Saturday at 3 p.m. Jim will have some books with him. And if you want to talk to Jim and chit-chat with Jim and get his autograph and that kind of stuff, he will be there that Saturday. Next up, let's go to our meetup in July, where we were going to meet at the Scat Cat Club.
Sing it, baby.
Skibidi-doo, skibidi-doo-doo.
That was really not as bad as I thought it could have been.
We will be at the Scat Cat Club on Saturday, July 15th, at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. So
Can't wait.
Come join us for a drink. They have drinks, they have food, and then we're right by and you can get a beignet and bring it over.
The beignets.
And have a beignet with us.
That'd be great.
Maybe we'll order a dozen and bring them for people to try and stuff like that.
Dozen? What are they going to eat?
The sugar off the top, or what's left in the tray.
Like here, just
yeah. Come to either one of those meets. I have some things I am going to give away.
Do you now?
Oh yeah.
Good for you.
Ooh,
you're not going to bring the the suitcase of awesomeness, are you?
No. Suitcase of awesomeness is for our meetup in Bay Lake Tower in September.
Just making sure.
We are going to be at Bay Lake Tower September 3rd from...
September 2nd.
No, we're going there 2nd. We're going to be there 3rd.
Okay.
Are you sure?
I'm just reading the notes, man.
Yeah, I think it's the 3rd.
Okay.
If you want to find out when we're going to be there, go to facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. Click on events, and all the events are there. If you are coming to the events, just RSVP over there. This way we know about how many people are coming, so we know the appropriate amount of things to bring.
Perfect.
What else we have coming up?
That's it for right now.
Okay.
You want to let me tell them about the other stuff?
Sure.
All right. So if you have an Amazon Echo or a Dot, all you have to do is say the name of your Amazon Echo or Dot, play the Disney Parks podcast, and we will come through the lovely dulcet speakers of the Amazon Echo and or Dot, because we now have the integration there. It's very exciting. So make sure if you want to, you can listen to us there. The other things that we have to tell you about, our big announcement last week, we have the Disney Parks store open. The Disney Parks podcast store is open, disneyparkspodcast.com/shop. So the shop is open. Right now we're offering coasters, ceramic drink coasters, and mouse pads. We're also going to be offering up phone cases very shortly. So that's going to be exciting. So you'll be able to get some of the great artwork, like on the T-shirts that Tony and I are currently wearing. You might be able to get some of these artwork designs put on a mouse pad or a coaster. So very excited about that. And another thing that we want to tell you about is Tony is a best-selling author of the Disney by the Numbers book. You can get a copy of that over at Disney Parks Podcast. There's a little link. They'll take you over to his site, and you can purchase it, or you can purchase it on Amazon as well. The cool thing is, if you purchase it through Tony, he'll autograph it. He'll put a special tracking number on it, and you will be added to a very special list.
This way it can find its way home.
That's right. That's right. So you can check that out. You can also get a copy of my book. I'm a best-selling author in my own home of the Disney Bucket List. It's 100 things that you can do to discover even more magic of the Magic Kingdom. You can pick up copies of both of those books at DisneyParksPodcast.com. And if you're listening to us on a podcast or Stitcher or wherever, please make sure that you rate us and review us. That helps us out a lot. iTunes, Google Play, wherever you listen to it, make sure that you rate us and review us. That helps get the word out. And finally, you can call us. You can leave a message at the Disney Parks Podcast hotline at 407-413-9010. If you have a question or a cool story, if you have an answer for our trivia or whatever, just let us know. We would love to hear from you.
Right. So this show is not sponsored by Fuel Rods, as you're probably watching now, but the Fuel Rod service, just the hottest thing, the hottest expanding thing that's going on. So they're adding 8 more resorts to their list of places where you can get this. So you can now, coming soon, get it at the following places: Port Orleans Resort, Riverside, French Quarter, Contemporary Resort, the Polynesian, Animal Kingdom Lodge. I wonder if that means Kidani and Jamba.
Probably.
Yeah. Boardwalk Resort, The Art of Animation, and coming soon, Pop Century. So these are really the hot thing. Now, I found out that I think it's $35 for the initial purchase, and you get the different connections and the fuel rod.
Right.
And then when it's done, it's dead, you can drop it back in and get another one.
Right.
That's fully charged.
Right.
I've heard that you could pick these up at the airport, the Orlando airport, when you arrive.
Oh, yeah.
And they are cheaper than $35 and can still be swapped out at any of the Disney ones because it's all the same thing.
Now, does it cost anything to recharge it?
No.
Or you just like...
Yeah, you just drop it in and you get another one. Wow. But if you're in the Orlando, if you're coming through the Orlando airport on your trip, and you know you're going to use a fuel rod, you may want to look at picking it up at the airport because I think you could save yourself some money.
We should definitely confirm that on the off chance that somebody does that, and then they get to the parks and be like, "You sons of guns!"
I live near the airport. I can go find one.
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, I'll go check it out.
All right, go have fun with that.
Yeah,
that's cool. Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
A lot of great things there. Hey, Disney's debuted an automated souvenir vending machine at resort hotels. What the hell is up with that? Offering grab-and-go theme park items.
Yeah. I think it's the stupidest thing ever.
So, if
and
you're
here's
so
a
busy...
picture of the machine.
If you're so busy... Let me see. I got to see this. If you're so busy that you cannot get to one of the myriad of shops to purchase your theme park items...
Okay, the only thing that popped into my head when I saw this, the only purpose or reason for it is if the store is closed in the morning and you're going to the park and you need an autograph book, as if you can't get one in the park, I think there's things there, but I'm like, an autograph book was the first thing. It's like, maybe the store's not open and I want to get one before I get to the park, but...
So is this the picture of the Pop?
Of the Pop one, yes.
Well, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
So it's not like a lot of selections got to be like little things.
And it's very thin and narrow, so I don't think it has more than a handful of items in it either.
Okay, so when you go through the airport, you're bombarded with vending machines. I can read. Don't get off me. I can read. Vending machines selling all sorts of items, including expensive electronics and more. The
Best Buy gun machine.
Yeah.
Fuel rod.
Well, Disney Resort hotels are now testing a very similar offering, selling small souvenirs through an automated vending machine in the resort today. Maybe they don't do autograph books, which would make better sense.
Yeah.
So the first of these machines is shown up in the lobby of the Disney Pop Century Resort just outside of the Everything Pop store. The machine went into service about 2 weeks ago, and the idea behind it was to allow guests to grab theme park souvenirs fast or even when the larger store is closed in the late night hours of the evening or the early morning. The machine isn't very big, so it probably doesn't have a huge stock of any one item inside of it. So, I guess... You're kind of at the mercy of what they purchase. This looks to me like it's probably got all of the hotel-centric pins and stuff like that. Probably, very pop-century. If it's in the pop-century.
There was only like 5 items, and it was like a very weird collection of items.
Right. So you probably got like the 2 or 3 pop pins, maybe 1 or 2 of the
There's an autograph book, I think, in it.
Yeah. I think it's a good idea, especially if it's early morning and you're heading out.
Yeah. We'll see if they stay. That'll be the question.
That will be the question.
Talking about Pop Century, not something I have in the news, but have you seen the new rooms?
Yeah, I've seen pictures.
Wow.
That
is not Pop. It looks like a hospital room. It is clean, white, and bright.
Well, it doesn't look like a hotel hospital room. It looks like the hotel that I was just in this weekend, which is an upscale Sheraton. Everything's just white.
Yeah.
Not necessarily conducive to the Pop Century thing. So
that's what I was thinking.
So they're updating the look of the place, but the rooms are still very close together.
Tiny. But here's the thing, which I think will be better for some families. The second bed is not a bed anymore. It's a Murphy bed, which which means that it could be a table during the day, which the room was missing, I think. They gave that small little cocktail table, which meant nothing.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt to work on.
Yeah. So now it'll be a table. So if you don't really need the bed, at least now you have a nice table area. If it's like, I don't know, maybe an adult and 2 kids, or an adult and 1 kid, or whatever. Right. And then the refrigerator area. The refrigerator's different. There's some other things in there. I don't know. They cleaned up the shower, the bathroom, everything, but it is still, a very small room. Let us know what you think. I'd be interested.
Nice.
All right. Last week we had an interesting question. We only got a couple responses, but the question was this, the trivia question. Mickey's Nutcracker was a popular holiday show at which Disney theme park? And the answer was Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Be nice. Your land. Jason is the winner, and Jason, it's in the mail, as we'd like to say here on the show. This week we have a very interesting trivia question, and we'll see how well you pay attention to details.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. Who is the last animated character seen at the end of the Who Framed Roger Rabbit film?
Lightning McQueen.
Buzz Lightyear.
Tow Mater.
Jessica Rabbit.
That's a possibility.
So, if you know the answer, you can call us at 407-413-9010 or email us at DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
.com. Okay, next up, the Gone Mad Party with fireworks viewing is back at the Grand Flo, or the Grand Floridian.
Yeah.
For those that are not locals.
Yeah.
This Alice in Wonderland themed shindig made its limited run debut in 2016, and it returns, gives guests the opportunity to view the new Happily Ever After fireworks spectacular from the Gasparilla Grill's outdoor seating area from 7 to 9:30 p.m. The fireworks don't last 2.5 hours. That's true. Fireworks start at 9 or done by 9:15. So they're giving you some time to have dessert and a drink, get liquored up, spend some more money, watch some fireworks, and then get out.
Nice.
So music and dancing otherwise help to set the scene, along with whimsical furniture all the way from the West Coast. This was originally used in the Mad Tea Party in Disneyland. Tea Party. While the party itself is free, drinks and eats are available for an additional charge.
Nice.
Extra fun eats, you'll want to plan accordingly and snack and sip. Last year, you didn't need to be a Grand Floridian guest to attend, and no reservation was required. However, get there early if you want to be in the show, and check with the front desk to make sure it's going to happen.
That's right.
And because it will get canceled because of inclement weather. So be there early, check with the front desk, make sure it's not going to rain, and then go have a party.
That's right.
So we should try this.
Heck yeah, let's do it. So, changing subjects, but keeping it like Magic Kingdom. I was tooling around. So, do you remember the story that came out last week that Pirates of the Caribbean is now adding a photo?
Yes.
Do you know how they're doing that?
I assume in your photo thing?
Yeah. But do you know how they're actually getting the photos now?
They have somebody standing there with a camera?
The talking pirate head, the talking skeleton head is back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So what it does is it talks, and then its eyes.
So it makes you look at it.
Yep. And then you get the picture taken.
Wow.
Yeah. So Panda just put that up on his site.
Oh, good for him.
So that's pretty cool.
So talking.
Yeah. What?
Because in the sample that they put out there, like everybody's looking, up at something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he just said that the talking pirate skull is back. I was like,
It's kind of like in Buzz Lightyear when they shoot that bright light and you're like, what?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. Little newsy news that popped up.
Yeah, good.
So we talked about this over at Parkhopper's Live last week. The Walt Disney Company has now taken full ownership of Disneyland Paris in a buyout. Due to a notice sent to shareholders of Euro Disney stock, we can now safely say that the Walt Disney Company has succeeded in their effort to gain full control of Disneyland Paris. This was reported back in February of the company's plan to gain ownership of the resort and pay off any remaining shareholders at €2 per share. And it seems as though €2 per share. And it seems as though the plan is currently underway. And what this notice essentially says is that during the process of a takeover bid, the initiators purchased shares at €2 each, totaling over 760 million euros and equaling 97.8% of the total shares. So if you're wondering where the Walt Disney Company comes in, the EDL Holding Company, LLC, operates as a subsidiary of Walt Disney Company. The Walt Disney Company now possesses over 95% of Disneyland Paris' stock, giving them authority to claim full ownership of the resort. Now, I was asked this weekend why that's a big deal. Why is that a big deal, Tony?
Because they didn't potentially own the majority share. It's the same thing in Hong Kong, Tokyo, and Shanghai.
Right.
They are not, in those countries, they are not allowed to be the majority property owner.
Right.
So this now gives them control to do whatever they want without Paris interfering with, well, let's rip that down and build something new.
Right.
Now, I don't know how that will affect the Disney Company Parks bottom line, because from everything I know, Paris attendance is terrible. You know, and if they're gonna turn around, they're gonna have to either do a lot of revamp to get people interested again. I don't know how you get people back now. How do you make it profitable?
I'm
not Bob Iger. I can't.
Right.
You know.
Well, nobody is. That's the thing. Nobody's Bob Iger. I know that from my experience a few years ago, which popped up on my timeline 4 years ago, the resort that we stayed at needed a lot of refurbishment.
Yeah.
Paint was moldy, just was not in the best repair. Not that it was a mess, but it just needed a little things like we would normally, not have to see needed to be done. The parks, I didn't think were in that bad a shape. They needed some of the Walt Disney Park needed to be updated because when one of your main attractions is the what was the asteroid movie with Ben Affleck and don't want to close my eyes, that one is one of your main Armageddon, which was still better than 1942, the movie, the one that we had. There's just some things that need to be updated. That whole area needs to be a little bit of refurb, but they've got some cool stuff there. They got, some Pixar things. They got a Pixar attraction there that we don't have here. Crush's coaster thing is kind of neat. But for the most part, I think that this is a good thing for Disney to have the freedom to make the changes that they need to make to make the park financially viable, to definitely make it a destination. Yeah. Run Disney events there, I'm sure helping.
The other thing I've heard, and I don't know, maybe you had an experience there, is that the cast members are not as friendly as the ones here in North America.
Well, I will go on.
Or in Tokyo.
I will go on the record and say this, pissing off all of my French people.
I say right into the camera.
French people have a tendency, some, to be very rude, especially to Americans. I was on a talk show, like a call-in thing. I called in and was talking to them for a long time, and they were like, "Who's the rudest people in the world you've traveled?" And I said, oh, French people, hands down. Next guy, oh, French people, hands down. Now, if you're French, you have French ancestry, I'm not insulting you personally. I'm just saying that for the most part, French people are,
right.
You know. I told you the story with the ketchup and the mayonnaise and mustard.
Right.
I think a lot of it has to do with they're just unhappy with working for a company like Disney wants their cast members to work, because it does run counter to the typical European lifestyle.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah, it could be. Could be. I don't know. I hope they can turn it around. I hope they get their attendance up. I hope they get some things going over there.
Yep.
You know. Okay. This is interesting. Now, I believe it was last week, maybe the week before, we spoke about the Halloween party and Christmas party and how ludicrous the pricing was.
Yeah.
Well, they're bringing back the Christmas and Halloween party dessert parties.
Yay! I saw that.
So now, if you want to spend $110 to get into the park that day, and then spend another close to $100 for the party, well, if you don't think that was enough money spent, Disney's going to help you with that, because they're bringing back the dessert party. So if you've ever been to Mickey's Scary Halloween Party or the Very Merry Christmas Party, then you know that Mickey loves to treat all his guests to a larger-than-life fireworks spectacular. Now, with the return of these parties, the return of the Happy Hollow Wishes dessert party and the Holiday Wishes dessert party at the Tomorrowland Terrace. Both parties will offer guests a chance to view the party fireworks from the Tomorrowland Terrace restaurant and enjoy a buffet of fully themed desserts and specialty drinks. And here are the details. Now, special treats to enjoy the Happy Hollow
and
Wishes.
that's stone cold sober, folks.
Yeah. Happy Hollow Wishes Spectacular will include Halloween-themed items, including cupcakes, chocolate-dipped strawberries, chocolate mousse, ice cream, along with seasonal fruits, cheeses, beverages, including specialty drinks, signature lemonades, coffee, tea, and hot cocoa. Now, I'm not going to go into every date. Whenever there's a party, there's obviously a dessert party. I'm not going to go into all the dates.
We can put this in a blog post.
Yeah. For all the dates, the dessert party will begin at 9:15 p.m. with fireworks starting at 10:15 p.m. So it's a little different than normal fireworks.
Right.
The price for the premium package for adults is $79 for adults and $47 if your kid can eat $47 worth of cupcakes, you call me. That's a lot of cupcakes.
So, if you're going on any of the dates closest to Halloween or Christmas for the respective parties, you're literally looking at $200 a head.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yep. The premium package does not include admission to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which is an additional separate purchase.
Ergo, the $200 a head.
Yep. Check-in for the event will take place from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Will Call booth outside the entrance to the Magic Kingdom, where participants will receive their celebration identification, either a lanyard or a wristband. For the Holiday Wishes dessert party, pretty much the same thing. Happens on the same dates. The pricing is the same. The check-in is the same. Everything is the same. Mm-hmm. It's no different. So, obviously, the desserts will be themed to Christmas and not Halloween, but everything else.
I bet there'd be a Jack Skellington cupcake.
Probably. A little leftover from Halloween.
It may be.
Yeah. You can.
This is awesome.
You can throw it at a guest you don't like and probably knock them out.
Ooh.
You can book these online. Go to Disney. online.co.com, Disneyworld, whatever it is.
Party hardy.
Yeah. Or you can call 407-939-3463 to book this event.
I love the idea of the dessert party. I don't love the idea of the dessert party happening during the night. You have to spend $100 to get in already.
Yeah, I agree.
It just seems excessive.
I agree.
But if it's my vacation, it's Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
And, as long as...
And you want a good viewing place, and you don't want to sit with all...
With a seat.
8 million other of your closest human friends.
That's right. If you want to...
If humanity is not your friend...
Yeah, this is a great opportunity.
To break away from the herd.
And for most people, unlike us, they're going to book their vacation. They're going to pay for their vacation throughout the time, however many months. Yeah. And then they're going to buy their special party tickets, and then they're going to, or park tickets, and then they're going to buy their special tickets. Yeah. And then, this might be an
buy a
add-on.
dessert party ticket.
And this might be an add-on. I was like, oh wow, we should definitely do that. That makes sense for someone that's a local. It's really hard, especially for pass holders, to justify. I'm already paying $100 to get into a park that I already have a pass
for
to
a
get
limited
into.
amount of time.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I got to spend another $80 just to sit in the noodle station dining area.
And then I got to cut 2 hours out of my time in that 4-hour time period to sit at this dessert party.
Exactly.
I would skip it. That's me.
And that's the thing. I mean, everybody
do it on a non-holiday party night.
Yeah,
and you will have the same experience, and you won't feel as guilty. I think
you won't have the same fireworks experience.
No.
But you'll have the same experience with a different fireworks show. Mm-hmm. And everybody's different. And if the money is not an issue, and the time factor is not an issue, if you've been coming down here for years and you don't want to ride rides, you just want to get all the, the Christmassy stuff and all that good stuff, this might be your ticket.
Sure. But
it seems like a lot of investment for not the best return. And that's just my personal opinion. Yeah. I would love to hear what you think about it.
Right. Yeah. Let us know.
Okay. All right. One of the places that I do love, the few times that I've been able to go, is Disney's Vero Beach Resort over in Vero Beach.
Right.
It's a Disney resort. It's part of the DVC, but at the same time, it's a resort that you can go to it's not on Disney property. Disney has a Vero Beach Resort. They also have the Hilton Head Resort up in South Carolina. So Disney's Vero Beach Resort recently received the coveted 4-diamond rating from AAA, which is an honor that goes to fewer than 6% of the nearly 28,000 hotels that are officially operated by officially approved by AAA. Many vacationers rely on their diamond rating system to help them choose which resort is the best option for them. So according to AAA, and I'm using Tony's air quotes here, a 4-star diamond hotel is refined and stylish, providing upscale physical attributes, extensive amenities, and a high degree of hospitality, service, and attention to detail. I was doing a water boy or something.
They must have really done one hell of a refurb on this hotel.
Yeah, it must have. I haven't seen it since they refurbished it. Disney's Vero Beach Resort is a Disney Vacation Club resort located in Florida's East Coast. It has long been a favorite amongst guests looking for a relaxing beach vacation. With its old Florida charm and Treasure Coast location, guests are immersed in the themes of citrus, treasure, and the environment, as well as a little bit of baseball history there. So it's kind of cool. It's a great resort.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, I love the floor. They have, so like when you walk in, they have hardwood floors that looks like they've had little turtles walk across it because it's a turtle nesting site.
Yeah.
And, every night, all the lights are turned away from the water, and every night they tell you at X of Clown, you got to shut your windows.
They even have a sea turtle walk tour at night there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would tell you this. If you want to experience Vero Beach, this is what I would do if it was me in my vacation. I would come to Disney World, do that commando style, hardcore, go at it, rope drop to park close,
Take the hill.
Yeah.
Take the hill.
Yeah. Do it every day at a park, exhaust yourself, beat yourself down, and then I'd pack up the kids in a car or an Uber, and I'd head to Vero Beach for 2 or 3 days and do nothing. Chill, relax, go to the pool, go to the beach, go to some local restaurants, enjoy the Disney restaurants.
Go to Fish Lips.
Yeah, go to Fish Lips, whatever floats your fish boat. And then that's it. And then head home on your vacation and be done with it. At least you'll get in that relaxation before you head back.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's what I would do. That's just me.
That's a good call, buddy.
All right, we ready for the headline news?
Let's do it. Oh, dang it. This just in.
This just in. Hey, did you hear that exciting news that the monorail Blue decided to deposit some of its parts?
It's raining blue.
Listen.
I thought of you when I saw the article. I was like, I bet Tony's freaking out right now.
Dear Disney, if this isn't a signal to tie and update all the monorails, I don't know what else you need. I mean, come on. Is this not the time that these things should be updated? Listen, Disneyland got completely new, and they don't even use theirs for transportation.
So, like people were walking under the monorail like they normally do, and a piece just fell off?
This was by Vista Boulevard.
Yeah.
It was by Vista Boulevard there. It fell into the road. From what I read,
Unbelievable.
It was a huge. I think it was a piece that hangs below and touches the metal bar to catch the electricity. It was that whole piece just snapped right off.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know. It was suspended for a long time. They evacuated. They were going to evacuate from where it was, but then they found that they can move the monorail to the station to get people off. So they moved it to the station and got everybody off that way. And they shut down the monorail system for I don't know how many hours to figure out
Unbelievable.
what they were going to do. So, and then John mentioned the on-ride photos for Pirates is now ready.
Sorry, I wanted to ask this question. So it says all monorail service is currently suspended still?
No.
They restarted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, photos on Pirates. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was good. Now, did you see, I think this is right up your alley, John, the new Sphero Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, it's too expensive. I couldn't do it.
But did you see it?
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's cute, but it doesn't do anything but talk and blink its eyes.
Well, you can't have everything.
It can tell you jokes. It can tell you stories. It can tell you a bedtime story. It can blink its eyes. It can be a guardian. You can set it like in guardian mode. It'll watch your room.
Right.
And if somebody comes in, it starts screaming at them. But I don't know.
It's cool. It's $150.
This is outside of outside of the moving Sphero.
Yeah, it's $150 cool toy, but it's more, it's got that classic Spider-Man. It looks kind of like a Vonimation without the mouse ears.
Yeah,
I have to
go check to see if they have any of the Lightning McQueens in any of the parks, because with that 20% discount,
it's not a bad idea.
I'm thinking, wait a minute now, I got a gift card, I got a gift certificate, and 20% off. I might buy it.
It's not a bad idea, bro.
I know. All right, we'll have to see. Stay tuned for more coming soon.
And news that should make your skin crawl.
Wait. The other thing, I saw a guy from Sphero talking about this, and they have a lot of. They say they have. Besides, Disney is a partner, obviously of Sphero. We spoke about that on the show. So Star Wars. Now they got Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars stuff. Mm-hmm. They say they have other interesting partnerships they're working on.
Cool. That'd be fun.
I don't know what that means. He didn't elaborate.
Cool.
All right. Disney partnered with Hanson Robotics to create artificially intelligent Disney robots.
Scary.
So I don't know if they're going to get into the robot business, but I think what this will be is give the animatronics more intelligence. So they won't just be these fixed things on posts that, the character could actually interact with people in the Pirates of the Caribbean boat or the It's a Small World boat or something like that. Mm-hmm. You're like, hey, why are you wearing that red hat, sir? Mm-hmm. This is a green zone or, whatever.
Right.
So I think that might be interesting.
It could. I mean, it's... I read a lot. I still do read a lot of science fiction stuff. Mm-hmm. Anytime you start talking about an artificially intelligent,
Does that scare you?
It does.
Does it give you the heebie-jeebies?
It does give me the heebie-jeebies. It does a little bit.
All right. If you're a DVC member, you were looking to book the Moonlight Madness at the Animal Kingdom. It's been delayed. So hang tight. Call DVC member services. Maybe they can tell you. Apparently they had the last update they did. They had a hard time getting it back up. Did. I won't go anywhere else with that. Apparently they had some system issues, let's say.
Apparently some of their challenges are pretty stiff.
Yeah. I am waiting to book the Epcot one. I think we'll do the Epcot one.
Go.
Yeah. I don't want to go to Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, I don't need to go experience that Pandora crap again.
Yeah. Not until next January.
Hang on.
For my annual visit.
Before I offend.
Listen, there's two things I do annually: my physical and my visit to Animal Kingdom.
Hang on. Before I accidentally offend anybody, what I mean to say is before I go through going to Pandora and be told that I can't ride a ride again for no other
now
reason
they have a test seat, John.
Then my feet are too big. I don't want to go through that again. That's what I mean. I don't mean to say that.
Hey, I'm too tall, so I'm too tall. Your feet are too big.
That's the crazy thing. So there you go.
All right. We both had the pleasure of seeing Cars 3 before it was released last week.
Yep.
You want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, it was amazing.
You want to talk about Tomata?
Yeah.
Larry's all over the place lately.
Yeah, he is. He's not really all over the place in the movie, which is good. I thought this movie, and I said it earlier, the heart that I was missing from Cars 2 is definitely all in, and they have it in spades in Cars 3. Yeah. I feel like they kind of righted their ship a little bit. Cars 2, I think they, honest to God, I think because
kind of hit the wall.
Well, yeah, they did hit the wall a bit. I think that because it was written by different people. They didn't necessarily have an axe to grind, or they weren't trying to make a political statement, however subtle. And I think they just really wrote the best story that made sense. Lightning's getting older. It was a heck of an homage to Paul Newman and fabulous Doc Hudson, and I teared up every time that he would go down the memory lane and stuff. It was a good story, start to finish. It had great characters, new characters. Spent a lot of time in the racing. Like in Cars 2, there's a lot of racing, but it wasn't the same. This NASCAR type racing, the oval track. They just upped their game so hard on the animation. It looked real. It looked real in the first one. It looked even more so. It looked photorealistic. I'll let you talk about the mud and all the things that was part of it. It was just such a good movie. And it beat out Wonder Woman this weekend. And if there was a movie that would beat out Wonder Woman, I'm okay that it's Cars 3.
Yeah, I think every movie that Pixar makes, they have to, I think, overcome some new technology hurdle. The water, feathers,
fur,
hair,
wind, clothing.
And I think in this movie it was mud.
Yeah.
There's a whole mud racing scene. I won't give you the details because you have to watch it. It's fun. It's probably the highlight of the whole movie, that scene. It's kind of the turning point of the movie.
Yeah.
But the whole mud scene, how they did mud. When you watch it, I every time I watch a Pixar movie, I completely forget I am watching an animated cartoon made by computers.
Yeah.
I felt like I was actually watching a car that had eyes and was actually talking to me. You lose, there's this complete wall of disbelief that's removed immediately.
And that's one of the things that, if you've ever read or done any research on Walt Disney, that he was trying to, ultimately that was his goal, for people to quit seeing animation and just see characters.
Right.
The short that they put on the front of this was Lou, short for Lost and Found.
Right.
I got excited. I thought, hey, cool, they're doing a Pixar short on Lou Mangello. No, I was wrong. A little disappointed. No words. Only one human character. The other character, Lou, was an amalgam of junk.
stuff lost.
It was funny. It was heartbreaking.
Right.
And it was...
it had a little secret message in there.
It did have a little bit of a secret message, and the secret message was good. Mm-hmm. And it just it broke your heart, but you felt uplifted in what was it, 5 minutes, if that?
Yeah.
And
3 to 5 minutes.
And the talent for people to create these works of art, and to tell a story. So when you elongate that into characters that you know and love, the one scene that will always and forever, outside of the first 15 minutes of Up, the one scene that did it for me was Toy Story 3. You know, when Buzz,
Andy.
No, when Buzz reaches his hand out and they're all in the trash compactor, and I just heard all the adults just crying. I'm like, they are not seeing animation; they're seeing characters, and they're going through death with these characters, and it was hard to watch.
Yeah, Toy Story 3 when Andy, gives the toys to. That's it.
Yeah, I can't remember the little girl's name. So that
I can't think of her name.
That was a turning point, I think, for Pixar, because I think at that moment they were at the absolute pinnacle, top of their game, and I think they took a couple wrong turns. Nothing against Good Dinosaur, certainly nothing against Inside Out, because it was a good movie. It was a great movie, award-winning movie. Yeah. But Cars 3 was really, in my opinion, a return to form. Yeah. I cannot wait for The Incredibles 2. Yeah. If they're doing this quality of work, going back to characters that we know and love. Right. I think you and I are both a little nervous about Toy Story 4.
Yeah, I'm very nervous.
But for the upcoming slate of Pixar movies, I'm a little curious about Coco.
Yeah, I am too.
But
will people go see a movie about Day of the Dead? It's got to be more than that.
Yeah, I think they'll go out and see a movie that's got Disney Pixar in the logo. Did you go back and see the Easter eggs?
No, not yet.
The Coco Easter egg?
No.
You remember the scene where they were all on the treadmills? And the one was like freaking out. It's like, think of your home. And it was the place that Coco takes place in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a good movie. A scale of 1 to 10, what do you give it?
I'd give it a good solid 8.
No, I'd probably give it an 8.5.
So there you go.
I thought it was really good. It felt comfortable. It was a new story, but it felt comfortable. There was enough things in it that called back to the first one. And like Tony said, it's the absolute truth. You just forgot that you were watching an animated movie about two cars that talk. You're just watching characters. Right. And it was great. Kudos to the Pixar team.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay. So apparently, Mr. John Negroni, who does the Pixar Theory, he's updated his Pixar Theory to include everything up to Finding Dory.
Good for him.
So go to johnnegroni.com and go check out the Pixar Theory. This dude, I'll have to tell you what we had him on this podcast.
We should have him on again.
Yeah, so he can update us and tell us.
Yeah.
He's got a whole theory that the Pixar universe is purposely intertwined. And
how it intertwines with Cars 3. Yeah. It's for the first time in Cars 3, you see the B&L logo. You see the B&L logo as a sponsor on the racetrack, and a couple other times.
Yeah. Yeah, and it all revolves really around B&L.
Yeah.
We'll have to have him on. I'll email him, see if he's got some time. And,
that'd be great. Be great to talk to him.
Yeah, get him back on, because I am fascinated by the whole theory. I couldn't have put it together, I don't think, without a drug-induced coma.
Okay, so all the Pixar movies.
I think him and his friends were just... but when he explains it, it all makes sense, and you're like, well...
It's a well-thought-out conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Some people talk about, flat Earth,
I
Bigfoot.
hope that one day Lasseter comes out and says, you know what, the Pixar theory is correct.
Yeah.
Or at least it's very, very close to what we were thinking. Because, there is that, I guess it's a myth, or I'm going to call it a myth for now, Pete, Dr. Stanton, and Lasseter, when they first started with Toy Story, that they sat down and had this meeting of movies that they wanted to make and came up with this huge laundry list.
Yep.
And they've made those movies progressively, some out of order, I think, from their thought. So maybe there was some kind of theory of, how they were intertwining all this stuff.
Maybe not the degree that, okay, so we're going to do WALL-E. It takes place after everybody's done and humanity comes back, know. But I think there's probably a method to the madness. And the reason that I think that that's so is because there's all the Easter eggs that they put in. Yeah. It just makes sense for them to do that. Yeah. So that's what we thought.
Okay. Let us know what you think. You can tell us that at DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com. All right, that is it for this week's show. As always, you can find us on Twitter at Disney Podcast or find us on Facebook at Facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. And last and not least, and best of all, go visit us at DisneyParksPodcast.com, where you can find our podcast, links to our sponsors, shop the store with some great mouse pads and coasters and things like that. And that's it, kids. As we like to say around here, we'll see you in the parks.
The Disney Parks Podcast is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. All Disney parks, attractions, lands, shows, event names, etc. are registered trademarks of the Walt Disney Company.
Like a boat out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through.